So here's a special podcast that is a quick trawl round the relative merits of the various forms of borrowing as Christmas approaches fast and your wallet's not as full as you thought it might have been. Overdraft first of all. Very cheap when compared to a loan or credit card, but only if you ask the bank before you take their money. If you go into the red, you're likely to get hit with a bundle of charges if you don't ask. And if you do, please remember one thing. There's no point going on the phone to your bank manager screaming blue murder and demanding your money back. We can argue the wrongs of excessive bank charges until we're blue in the face, but the chances are that the bank's terms and conditions will allow them to charge you, and if you want your charges back, then be nice. I know I should have told you I needed an overdraft, and I'm sorry, but could you please refund some of the charges you've taken from my account? Is likely to get a more favourable response than "give me my money back, you useless bastard." Personal loans are useful for bigger purchases. The best place to start is probably your own bank, although these days you can pick up a loan in minutes online at good rates if you have a good credit history. Remember to ask whether the interest rate you're being offered is fixed or variable. With a fixed rate, your payments won't change if interest rates rise, and what kind of discount you'll be entitled to if you pay off your loan early. Credit cards next. The important thing in choosing a credit card is basically the interest rate that you will be charged and any interest-free period. You should be able to pick up a card with a 0% rate to begin with. Once you come to the end of the zero rate period, then it's time to move on and find someone else that will give you money for nothing. The other important thing to think about is when you start to get charged for purchases. Some cards will give you up to 56-day grace before charging interest. With others, you'll start paying from day one, so they should be avoided where at all possible. Also, check out in what order your debt is cleared. With some cards, the cheaper debt goes first, so that the most expensive borrowings, which are usually for cash advances, will hover over your head longest and cost you more. And lastly, store cards. Try to avoid these boys as much as you can. High rates of interest and inflexible terms make them unsuitable for most people, unless you can use them to pick up a discount in a specific shop, and you can then afford to pay it all off straight away before interest charges kick in. Interest rates can be up to 30% APR, incredible when you think that base rates are down at 0.5% at the moment. What this means is that if you owe £2,000 for 12 months, you will end up paying around £520 in interest alone, and that's not a good idea. Loans and overdrafts, and even most credit cards, are cheaper than store cards. So there you go, lots of different options. The important thing is to make sure that before you sign on the dotted line, you understand what you're getting yourself into. You've looked at the terms and conditions, you know what interest rate you're paying, you know what the penalties are for not paying on time, and you know what kind of discount you might get if you pay off your loan early. And remember, it's your money, so you take control of it.